Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Set up, 50, 60 or 55. You better be afraid of me.
They start the drive with Lynch. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there on the first play of the game. 55 yards.
And the Jets first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Lynch. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
You must get tired of seeing me. Hey, back up.
2nd and 13. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Set, 8, read. Get that quarterback. And check, 55, go.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive.
Set, ready? 30 base. Recon, 132.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Back to Mixon on first down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
10 over.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
First down, the run with Lynch. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 13. Check 13. Hey, Sam on. 6 guys.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Lynch. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
57 to Mike. Here we go. 6-6. Pull it high. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Go. Go. Snap.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Come on, set.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Hey, Haywood. Put that team on the
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll give to Lynch out of the gun. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Six 0 our score after one. On third down, they go Lynch. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. Mike's 57, 57's Mike. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Watch Mike. Check.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. He's got Lynch out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
16 yards. First down, Jets.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Target. Hey, Orville. Fire.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw here. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jets will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle was there, but couldn't bust free. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check pass. Ready.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
On the ground, it's Lynch. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Here we go. 8 read. 80 weapon.
Watch a slant.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Lynch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. On 1st down, it's Lynch, and we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Maher is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, set.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Protein spill. Hey, wahoo! 52.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Get.
They'll set up to throw. Going up top. They got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
High 7. 55.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds Lynch. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
Down. 70. Indy.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on fourth down.
55.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
57.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Crowder now to return.
Jamison Crowder on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Pick your game up.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, dog.
X3, 218, chop, speed, grip.
A run here with Lynch. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll look to throw here. He's got Harrison left side complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hey, echo. 5.
He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Yeah. You don't want no.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I got one. 52's the mic right here, over there, right?
Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. It's caught by Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down. 60 outlaw.
Double tight. Double tight.
Down.
On second down, it's Lynch. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Set. 70, Indy.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up.
You're out.
Don't get nervous. Under team.
Ready?
They run again on first down, Lynch. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now, Bengals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Mixon, that is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Now it's Crowder. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Go! 18 Gator.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Let's go.
They'll run here with Mixon, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point.
And the Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up first and 10 at the 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. Mixon, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On third down, Mixon, and he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they'll make a small dent in that big deficit as it's down to 27. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Second and 10. They'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Choose the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
New Mike 52. Mike 52. Ricky.
Rock it.
Shift. Switch.
Now back to throw. Going for the deep. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Let's go.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of
the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say we'll get better as we go forward.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they will take a knee here. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and now